Yo, I'm going to do my first ever tool review. I have an upper control arm bushing service kit here, and these were basically designed for upper control arms that have an upper control arm shaft running through the bushings. So basically you need an open end on a ball joint press in order to make it work for you. This was at Advanced Auto Parts. There's the part number, 648604, POWERBUILT. This is a rental, and I actually bought it. They made me pay full price for it because it never got used. Oops, upside down. And most of these do never get used, so it didn't surprise me at all. And I think I'm just going to buy it outright. They made me pay a full price for it because it was brand new and it's a rental. And I can go back and get my money back after I'm done with it. But I think I'm going to keep this set because I've remembered once or twice, a few times, I've wanted to have an opened end press. So I'm going to try to use this instead of... a lot of times you got to burn out the rubber or just get an air hammer in here and try to just air hammer the things out. I usually just air hammered them, but I don't think I'm going to have to do that now. I don't think there's any videos out there on this particular tool. There's some instructions here. You can get in here and, I don't know, they try to tell you something. These nuts right here are a 15/16 or a 24 millimeter for all you metric guys. I don't want to just run these out though, because sometimes these threads pull out with these, because a lot of these upper control arms on a lot of these old vehicles, this bar, it's not hardened steel. It's a really soft steel. So it's not a good idea to just try to take this nut off unless you have replacement bars to deal with. So what I'm going to do, I got some MAP gas here, and I'm just going to guess and get this nut up to about 500 degrees, because if I get this nut up to about 500 degrees, it's going to expand it just enough, and all of the rust and junk that's inside the threads from the last 50 years is just going to turn into a fine hot powder. A lot of it will just burn off and smoke off, and then this nut will come right out without wrecking everything, I hope. I'm going to cut this rubber out. What's left of it anyways. Now these are splined, so they're really not supposed to turn, and I want to leave these nuts loose until I get everything in the car and the suspension loaded, and then I'll tighten these nuts down. First thing I'm going to do, since I'm going to call this my own, you don't ever want to leave these screws dry, and you don't want to get any dirt or sand in the threads either. A lot of people use grease. I have ARP assembly lubricant from some stuff that I've worked on before, and this is the best stuff to use for these threads. This stuff is the cat's meow. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on here. Oh, wow. Look, they already got some junk in there. Well, they were thinking. This is a 22 millimeter for all you metric guys. A 7/8 for all you standard guys. Got a little cap here that goes on this end. There's an O-ring in there to hold it in. Oh yeah, I got it. They give you extra O-rings too. I'm going to run this in a few times, run it in and out just to get this stuff in the threads really good. That should be good for a very long time. Looks like this fancy cup goes on this end. fits in there really nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fancy. And then I got these for getting this bushing to drive through. There's 3 different sizes. I just want to find the one with the right diameter. Looks like it's this one right here. I stick this on here. Oops. I'm going to put a little penetrant on this bushing just because I can. Probably isn't going to matter much. You know what? I think I'm going to put the biggest adapter on here just to get it started. Just to make sure I don't spread that open. I just want to get the bushing to move. I'm just going to ever so carefully try to drive this thing through. Oh yeah. Try the smaller one now. This thing should come right out. Oops. Not if I go the wrong way. There it is. I haven't had to do one of these upper control arm bushings in about 20 years, and I tell you what, that was pretty easy. I can get this out of the way now and do the other one. Well, that's a slick little tool. That's definitely a keeper. I'm not returning that one, I'm keeping it. There's the installation tool. They have different collars for different size bushings, but I'm not going to need it. That's the right size right there. Generally you want to put these in dry. That goes around the bushing hole, which is great. Slam this in here, slam this in here. Just kind of getting that started a little bit. I'm going to run it in. You don't want to force it too much, just run it in until it stops. Make sure I got my white mark on the right side. Little washer action, little nut action. Some threads look beautiful. See if I can use this tool for this bushing too. I don't want to bend these ears. If I can just find a socket and put it in between here, it won't bend this one in this way. That should work just fine. Just like before, I'm going to cut this rubber off. Now that I got that rubber cut off, I got a socket here that looks like it's just the perfect size. It's just a hair smaller than this bushing. Doesn't look like I need any tooling for the other side. I got this ring here, there's a B on it. I think that'll fit in here just perfect. And this cup goes over that. I'm going to drive this in nice and easy and make sure nothing bends. That's it. That bushing's in. Nice tool. Okay, bye.